What's good, y'all? We back at it again with another video. It's the MUKBANG Bros. We've been gone for a minute. I ain't gonna hold you. It's been a wild year.
Myers MUKBANG. We got the Myers chicken sandwiches.
Exclusive.
We got the honey sriracha on deck. Honey sriracha is
different.
Honey sriracha.
I'll get you some.
What was I gonna say? Something. Oh, sponsor me. Give me the money, please. I put this on literally everything.
And he don't even like hot sauce. That's the funniest thing.
It's just sweet.
Let's not forget what else we got here.
It's sweet, tangy.
Is that wasabi? Oh, hey, good luck with that one, bro. That's all you. I like spicy food, but I don't like wasabi. Like that be
I'm not eating
messing up your throat.
We splitting this one?
We splitting both.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
3,
2,
1. Okay. That's right. So what do you want to talk about?
movies.
Oh, movies.
Specifically, a little horror movie that was based in Michigan, or what they doing to it. If you get my drift.
What whole movie in Michigan?
Deepest Creepers 4.
Let
them know, yeah.
Deepest Creepers 4 was, Deepest Creepers was based on a couple that happened in Coldwater, Michigan. It was a case, they seen a guy throwing blankets down while they was wondering what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Where the car kept on driving by, and they got his license number and everything. It's a crazy story. If you look up the real Jeepers Creepers story, it will come up on YouTube. It's from Coldwater, Michigan. Jeepers Creepers 4, they are doing it. Victor Salva is no longer the director, and won't get no money from it.
If you don't know why, look it up. We ain't gonna tell you why.
The film is being shot mostly in the UK, and some of it is shot in Louisiana.
So I thought it was all UK. They're doing some of it in the US? One second, y'all.
This, I ain't gonna be able to die.
Alright. I was gonna say something, but yeah. Do you think they should go more into his story, his backstory, or no? Or why?
Yeah, I like. The plot might be interesting because they're at a film festival, a horror film festival. I guarantee you somebody's gonna be walking around with the creeper costume.
Well, probably multiple people.
Yeah, and they're gonna think it's normal.
But it's not, because obviously it's a real creeper.
Until they find out, the real creeper is messing up stuff, and then everybody getting killed. So it's different. It will be based on. It will have some stuff from the.
So you heard about Creed 3? Little tidbit for y'all. Sylvester Stallone's not gonna be in the third Creed movie.
Wow.
What you think about that, bro?
I'm kind of disappointed, but I kind of realized.
Disappointed why?
Realized it was coming because eventually everybody got to go on his own, and that makes sense.
Well, it's not even that. They literally explained it in the second movie. He's like, it's your time now. So this is what you banging. This is what you hit. Go to yeah. Like, for me, I'm not even mad. I'm more or less like, all right, cool. Where can I go from here? Because now, you know in the first movie, Sylvester Stallone directed and acted in it, right? Or I believe he wrote it and acted in it, right? So pretty much what happened was that, Sylvester Stallone was broke. He was doing some other stuff beforehand, right? someone asked him if he could sell the rights. He was like, "No, I'm gonna not sell the rights because he could have made tons of money from the first movie.
Right.
That's why it was shot the way that it was. And actually, the person who does, like how in TV shows and movies we have a scene of a character walking through a room and the camera, changes position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it does a turnaround sort of thing. The guy who actually invented that camera was involved in doing the visuals for the film.
Dope.
And that was the first time they ever used rotoscope effects. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called in the film. So pretty much Sylvester Stallone obviously has been involved with Rocky since day one. He has some involvement with Creed because obviously it's kind of like his brainchild, having another kid, pretty much. I'm not mad at him for leaving. I'm gonna be real with you. The reason why is because it's like, okay, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a spinoff of Rocky, but it's like, it's kind of like with every other show that has a spinoff. Do you want it to just ride off the coattails of this show and not bring anything unique to the story? It's kind of like with Star Wars. They pretty much recycled the same story until it's going to run dry of money. Let's be honest. But if you want to have a good story, make it have a reason for still being relevant and still staying there. And for me, I enjoyed the Creed story as much as I do Rocky's because not only is it referencing one of the best characters, in my opinion, of film history, Apollo Creed, even though he's, has the ego to him, as well as, Rocky. Their dynamic is really interesting to see. Because it's like they come from two different backgrounds. It's like they actually have their own lifestyle, way of living. It's a complete dynamic shift in how they operate, if that makes sense. So it's like, as soon as Rocky started training Creed, Adonis, technically that's what his name is, but as soon as Rocky started training Adonis, you get that paradigm shift of, a guy who literally grew up with training with his father, fighting with his father in the ring, became best friends, who also actually ended up trying to save him from dying in the ring, is going to be the one training him. So not only then that, Rocky then goes to, physical health issues, as they show in the second movie. I'm not going to say what it is. I just want to let you know at this point. The movie's like it's about 4 years old at least now, Creed. So, there's a paradigm shift in that. It's not only that, it's like, okay, how do you tell an underdog story without making it seem exactly just like a Rocky story? Because me and him, and even like older people who watched the Rocky movies when they came out would be like, oh, you're just telling the same story with a different actor. Wow. That's why. And nobody wants, me at least, as a person who creates stuff, I don't want to see them tell the exact same story. Because you got to come up with original concept. Or at least original ways that your character operates in the world to make it seem believable. Like when they were in Philly, in Creed, the first one, you could tell they were in Philly. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They had dudes on the the motorbikes who was like, wheeling and stuff. It's like, that's dope. That's stuff you would see in Philly. Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh, he's just boxing the whole time. He's like, oh, in a few of the smaller locations. He's actually in Philly, and they show that environment.
You can have the rest of this. We ain't gonna eat the other one.
Right? Yeah. All right. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not just like a one note. It's not a one trick pony. It's not a one note sort of thing. It's like very meticulous and diverse, and not even just character development, but also like how they operate in the world that they're in. But what do you think about that though?
Wow.
Like the fact that Michael B. Jordan is going to be pulling Sylvester Stallone and now not only being the main actor in the movie, but also I believe directing.
I mean, that should be interesting what they come up with. It's probably going to be a real crazy storyline. They're probably going to get even more crazy or more exciting.
Oh yeah, more intense. The fights are probably going to be more, because now it's like at this point he's like he's not even an amateur at this point. He's like more like a well-known boxer.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like where does it go from here?
I mean, he's champ.
Yeah, right. As of right now, let's be honest. As of right now. So.
But they're doing a lot of remakes. They're doing People Underneath the Stairs. Jordan Peele is going to direct that.
Well, how you feel about remakes in general? Be honest.
It all depends.
Because we're talking about it.
I think that needed a remake.
Why?
Because it's so old. to where the point is, it's like 20 plus years old. It's like dang near around mom's age. Like, that movie's old, bro.
Yeah.
So it's about time they do a remake. You know, there's some movies it's about time, like Candyman. It's about time, bro. From the original film, it's about time to do a remake to that. I think if the movie ain't plus 20 years old, you really shouldn't do a remake. But if it's plus 20 years old, it's about time to do a remake.
Okay, I got a question for you. The Blade, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're remaking Blade, let's be honest. They're remaking Blade, which
Right.
is not going to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they should have just had what's this character be put in to the MCU?
No.
Because apparently with Spider-Man 3, there's no one come out with Tom Holland. They're going to be having old actors from other movies come in. And let's not forget, Blade pretty much funded the MCU. You can say what you want about Iron Man to a certain Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor, but like financially, Marvel was going in debt.
It was Blade.
Without Blade, there would be no superhero movies.
There would be no Marvel.
No MCU. None of that. Oh, Thor's my favorite. Captain America's my favorite. Oh no, Black Panther. No, look, bro. Everybody like me and you, like the ones who read the comics, we would still just be reading the comics. Flat as that.
Facts. And Blade is my favorite character.
Oh, Blade's a really dope character. He up there with the Punisher.
So, Blade is my favorite character. That's who I enjoy. When I saw Wesley Snipes play, I'm like, man, this movie is great. And Wesley Snipes was Blade. You know, all the sarcastic stuff and all this, and now I take your head. That's just who he is. So, and I'm not saying that's who Wesley Snipes, but he can play the villain very well. He has on that one named New Jack City. So, I mean, I want to be his character. I mean, Blade no martial arts. Wesley Snipes has got like 5 different black belts, son. Like, they ain't no My thing is,
what do you think about Mahershala Ali playing Blade though, compared to Wesley Snipes?
well, the thing that gets me is he's not a martial artist. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Wesley Snipes, I think they should have got a martial artist. But they probably trained him to be. I don't know.
Yeah, they'd have to in order to do this.
I think Marshall Ali is pretty much.
Ali, yep.
His frame is too small. Like Wesley Snipes had a frame. Like he built. You know what I'm saying?
Built like a tank.
Yeah, he built. You know what I mean? He not so crazy, but he built. Like, man, you ain't gonna run up to most dudes. He's probably about 180 muscle. You know. Solid muscle. And
200 topping it.
Yeah. So, and Mahershala Ali just look like skin and bone. Be real, he's skinny. But, it depends, you know. Do I think he could do it? He could play a darker role. He did it on Alita Battle Angel, which I still haven't heard if they coming out with a second one or not. They've been kind of going back and forth. Maybe not.
They need to. Because my boy, Edward Norton, hey, look, man. My boy Marlon fired him, but hey, look, man. I do think an actor. Mm-hmm. You remember American History X? Mm-hmm. That was the craziest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Like,
real life themes, craziest movie I've ever seen. Not only that, I got Edward Long, the kid who played Terminator 2 that was in that movie. Mm. And it just shows, like, the ingrained ideas of society and how it affects you compared to how you're brought up as a human being. And how that can impact and clash with ideas of most, normal people, I guess you would say. Not normal, but most civilians. They would think another way who come from different backgrounds. So, yeah, they definitely need to make a sequel to Alita Battle Angel. Mahershala Ali can do good if he learns how to do martial arts, in my opinion. If it was up to me, I would have just had Wesley Snipes be involved with the new one.
I'm just ready for the Candyman. I'm ready for the people underneath the stairs. Just a lot more. There's a lot more off of the top of my head I can't name. This is like the what's it called? What should we call this video? This is like the remake horror movie summer. Like that's pretty much what it is. Remake horror movie summer. This is what it is.
Hey, oh yeah, did you hear? So John Wick, right? John Wick, y'all, right? The man would kill people because of his dog, right? Because of his wife. Hey, look, they plan on doing 3 more movies after the 4th and 5th one. What you think?
That's crazy.
Do you think they should or should they stop?
They should probably stop after the 4th one.
Why?
How much crazier can they get? How much more can you really do?
Hey, look.
How much storyline can you really tell?
Hey, bro, if you think about it, the Fast and Furious saga, right? We can't even call it a saga anymore.
I mean,
bro. Look. At the 11th movie, here's my theory. Listen to this. At the 11th movie, they going to be riding Transformers fighting the Avengers.
Yeah.
In the 11th movie, just you wait.
Listen.
I called it.
As soon as that boy Paul Walker died, should have ended. Don't want to hear nothing. If they was finishing up the Fast 8, whatever he died in Fast 8, that should have been it.
Really?
Fam. Yeah, I'm not.
So you wasn't mad when they was robbing banks?
Because
I was not a fan of that.
Listen, the best Fast and Furious movie is the second one. When Tyrese and Paul Walker, best in Fast and Furious.
And Ludacris, he was also.
Yeah, don't want to argue with it. Don't got time. That is the best one. Can't nobody argue with that. Best one.
You mean out of the main anthology?
Yeah, out of the main one.
Because I'm going to say, Tokyo Drift is my favorite because they actually go into racing.
Tokyo Drift was good, but I think if they would have called it, besides something Fast and Furious, if they would just call it Tokyo Drift, that movie would have got.
And it would have been more well known.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is, that character, Han, right? Look, he come from a whole other movie series too.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Hey, look, y'all thought it was good in the streets. Y'all thought he was just in the character for the movie. No, he's already in a whole different universe, bro. There's been tons of cases with that, like Quentin Tarantino's movies, right? Django was in the movie Django Unchained, obviously, with Jamie Foxx. And he was in the whole other movie by a different director. That's the thing I love about movies. You can make hints towards other, properties, and people won't notice because they'll have it so hinged and narrow focused on this specific set of movies that they have.
All right. Well, I don't think we got nothing else to talk about.
Wait. God of War movie. They were talking about that, I think so, a little bit.
Oh, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa?
Playing God of War should be
What you think? This dude gonna be Aquaman and then Kratos.
I mean, can I think he do it? Yeah. I think he can play Kratos.
Do you think do you think the story, do they think they should make it? Because they already have the games.
Yeah, he definitely is built enough. I mean, I would want to see a God of War movie. I want to see what that look like.
Well, for me, if I want to see a God of War movie, I would play the games. But, I mean, I want to see him fight Egyptian gods. That would be sick to me as a movie. We already saw him fight Greek and Norse gods now.
So, just to see that should be interesting. But,